Then he talks about going to a no-go zone. Is there anything else you want to say about France here?
Just that he misspells satirical. He calls Charlie Hebdo a satiric publication. That got my editor brain irritated again.
Yeah.
Why did he write a paragraph about some guy peeing in the street?
Let's get to that.
Up description. Let's discuss this.
I clipped this from the audiobook because it's such a compelling story. So there's something called...
He really has a way with words here.
There's something called no-go zones in some European countries, which is where, immigrants have ended up.
Does he set this up in your clip here, or do we need to...
He does set it up. Does. He does.
Okay.
I did clip that. And I personally don't know a lot about this, but I imagine these are like heavily propagandized. Like it's intentionally drummed up. Like you'd never go to this area. You should be afraid of the people who live here. They're not like you. They'll kill you. But
just listen to him just describe it, and you'll get a sense of how
like Portland. Chicago.
right, exactly. Yeah, it does come across.
Portland
a lot
doesn't
like
exist anymore because Antifa burned that city to the ground.
But Steve was brave enough to visit a no-go zone, even though you are not supposed to go. And I clipped the whole thing from the audiobook, and I also added a little bit of my own flavor to it, just to, really make it hit. So here we go.
Escorted only by a U.S. Marine in a business suit, I started down the alley. My Marine escort, never short of courage but charged with the task of keeping me safe, said, "I don't think we should go, sir." To which I responded, "We came this far, I think we have to. Eyes front and walk with purpose." We continued on our way. We didn't go far before we faced a man openly urinating. We walked around him and then approached a rowdy cluster of about 30 young Muslim men cheering on a boxing match, gloves on. We had to walk through them, eyes front and with purpose. Unbothered, we continued to the corner just outside our objective. I intended to shoot a video in front of the killer's apartment, but thought better of it as I felt many sets of eyes on us and sensed the hostility behind those eyes. Instead, we walked 1 block away on a different street where I recorded a short video with the apartment in the background. From there, we took a different route out of the neighborhood and called our car. This was one of the several terrorist-spawning no-go zones I chose to visit.
Is that from the soundtrack to the Todd Blodgett podcast?
It's originally from the movie Bullet, but yes, it is the clip that I use in the Republican Crackhead series frequently. So that's
I love how I saw he's so brave because he went to an area where a terrorist plot was hatched, a plot that has been foiled. I mean, it's already happened. Like these guys aren't around there anymore, but it's still
right.
A danger.
He's so brave. He saw someone pissing in the street. They were holding their wiener. He's so brave.
I guess he didn't set up that part in the clip, but yeah, they were visiting an apartment where I believe a bombing had happened, right?
Yeah, it wasn't foiled. I was wrong. It was a terrorist attack that had been carried out, and it's hatched there or whatever. But
yeah,
they weren't there anymore.
If this is the best story I got from visiting this place, I wouldn't talk about it.
It's not very scary to me. I don't feel very scared.
You saw someone peeing, and then you saw a boxing match. And he specified gloves on. That's less brutal.
Yeah. That seems extremely sportsmanlike and restrained. It's just people hanging out.
Unbothered, we continued to the corner just outside our objective. You seem kind of bothered by these mundane details that you're going out your way to really describe in detail. Yeah.
And none of the people there talked to him or bothered him in any way.
They're just hanging out. It's a hobby. What is scary about that?
Yeah.
He's just fucking freak lurking around watching us. We're just out here boxing, having a good time.
Is he anti-sports gambling? That seems out of character.
He's like
That
never
seems out
seen
of
somebody
character.
pee in the street or something before. I mean, it's like that's not that unusual in like a big city. Like, it's like,
No.
And I'm sure he's peed in the woods a lot.
Yeah, for
Outdoorsman. Yeah. Why is it okay for you, but
hunting
not
the
for
squirrels.
this guy?
Yeah.